Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you see what day it is today, you know what series this is. Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. That is right, D Bougie 86 here again. And if you were wondering if I was going to be doing this again, the answer is, well, I'm here. I'm doing it. It's going to be fun. I got a bunch of movies that I already have planned out for this series. It's going to be a fun ass time, guys. It's a time in the making. It's a time that I love to do this type of thing. And, you know, no themed, nothing like that bullshit. It wasn't like last year where I did 2005 slash newer movies or different movies each week. It's just going to be me doing whatever the hell I want to do, and hell to the yeah. Now, the film I got to set up this series off right is a film that will set the tone of the atmosphere that I love during this time of year. And it's a film from 1973 from the land of France, directed by Jean Rollin, and that is The Iron Rose. If you haven't seen this movie before, The Iron Rose is an exceptional film in Rollin's filmography from this time period. It's his first non-vampire movie, and it has that exceptional taste of not being a vampire movie from him at that time. It has a lot of his visuals that he used in previous movies before this, but it tells kind of a different type of story, which I dig this one a lot. The Iron Rose is about. It's a very simple movie, actually, if you think about it. It's about a boy and a girl who go spend time in a cemetery, to make love there. They stay after nighttime and make love, as we see in the crypt area, while the after hours of the cemetery where it's all closed down, but before, after visiting hours, that type of deal. And what ends up happening is they're trying to get out of the cemetery, but they can't seem to get out of it in certain different ways. It's they think they're getting out of it, but it leads to another part of the cemetery. And is it fucking with them, or are they fucking with each other? That's what ends up kind of happening within the film. It's a very symbolistic film. It's actually one that has a lot of uptakes with Greek mythology, like the Orpheus tale of the Greeks is kind of inspired by this movie in that sense. Well, this movie is inspired by that tale, is what I'm trying to say more. And if you've read that story, then you know what is kind of going on within this movie. It's kind of like a symbolistic Greek mythology symbolism type movie within another story, kind of like The Lighthouse was from last year. This would actually be a very interesting double feature with The Lighthouse, because they're both taking of Greek mythology tales into different subject matter per se. Now, enough of that babbling about Greek mythology bullshit. The thing I like about this movie a lot is the atmosphere of the cemetery itself. I like that it feels like its own character within the film, and it has a vast array of tricks up its own sleeve per se as the film progresses. I like that aspect of the movie. The atmosphere is beautiful. The score is, if you've seen a lot of roll-on films in your past, they're very subliminal with their score, but it has this kind of this haunting thing at the beginning, very typical roll-on fashion with some subliminal score throughout the movie. It's not overbearing. His films are very silent for the most part, but it has some good precursor music at the beginning and the end. And the two main leads, they're pretty great in this movie. I love. It's kind of hot in here. Sorry about that. But it has that interesting aspect where you see the things with them go delve into their relationship, and how once they get progressively crazier and crazier because they can't get out of the cemetery, how they end up stabbing each other in the back, in a sense, and who's going to make it out, or are they going to make it out? That is the question. I know the answer to this, but I'm not going to spoil that part for you if you haven't seen it. The ending of this movie is fucking great. I love it for the... I love everything about this film. It's a perfect film for me. I just love the atmosphere flat out. If you want to sit down and watch an atmospheric film, Iron Rose got your back. Yeah. Yeah, awesome stuff. I can't say anything more about this movie. It's a very simple film, actually, if you think about it. Like I said, that's pretty much the majority of the movie. But there's more while you're watching the experience of this film that I really dig. And yeah, I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen The Iron Rose, check it out. Alright guys, that's it for that video for day 1. I'll be back tomorrow with day 2. And I'll see what I got then. Who knows? Should be good stuff. So see you then. Bye-bye.